students, how are you? I hope all are you good. So today let me welcome back to another class. Today let me start English chapter number 14, A Midsummer's Night Dream. यानी कि गर्मियों के जो मिड समर्स होती हैं, बीच का जो मौसम होता है, एक रात का सपना. Part 1. Oberon, King of Fairies, Titania, Queen of Fairies, Aegeus, an old man living in Athens, Theseus, Duke of Athens, Hermia, daughter of Aegeus, Demetrius, a young man of a noble Athenian family, Helena, Hermia's friend, Lysander, young Athenian, Puck, Oberon's helper and chief favorite fairy, Bottom, Weaver, Pea Blossom, Cobweb, Moth and Mustard Seed, fairies. 445 BC Athens, 445 ईस्वी की बात है ये एथेंस में. A famous port city in ancient times had a cruel law in existence. यानी कि एथेंस में क्या था, बहुत ही क्रूअल लॉ था, वहाँ पे बहुत ही निर्दयी कानून था. This law permitted fathers to force their daughters to marry men chosen by them. तो जो है दिस लॉ परमिटेड फादर टू फोर्स देयर डॉटर्स. तो इसमें क्या था कि जो फादर थे वो डॉटर को फोर्स करते थे शादी करने के लिए, मैरी मैन चूजन बाय दैम. शुड अ डॉटर रिफ्यूज टू ओबे हर फादर ऑन हिज चॉइस ऑफ हर हस्बैंड, द फादर वाज अलाउड टू हैव हिज डॉटर पुट टू डेथ फॉर डिसओबीडियंस. है ना, अगर ऐसा करती थी, लड़की मना करती थी कि ऐसा नहीं करना है, तो वो क्या करते थे, उसको डेथ के लिए मतलब मार देते थे. However, this law was in existence only in this particular city of Athens. और ये जो लॉ था ये केवल पर्टिकुलर एथेंस में था. बट फादर्स आर लविंग डैड्स. पापा जो है बहुत लविंग डैड होते हैं. नॉर्मली दे डू नॉट वांट टू पुट देयर daughters to death, and so this law was ignored and used perhaps only to threaten the young ladies of dire consequences and bring them into submission to their wishes. अब लॉ होता है लेकिन फादर तो बहुत अपने बच्चे को लेके लविंग और केयरिंग होते हैं, तो जरूरी तो नहीं है ना कि हर पेरेंट या हर फादर इस चीज को माने. Scene 1. Aegeus. Sir, I want the law to be brought into force against my beautiful daughter Hermia, who refuses to go to my wishes because she is in love with Lysander, a young Athenian. She has therefore refused to marry Demetrius, a young man of a noble Athenian family. Hermia. Helena, my good friend, loves Demetrius to distraction. How can I marry my best friend's love? Theseus. Young lady, I have no power to change this ancient cruel law, but I can give you 4 days to consider your father's will for the betterment of your future. If you should at the end of 4 days still refuse to obey your old father, then you will have to be put to death, much against my desire to see you destroy your own beautiful self by your own decision to refuse to obey by your father. Scene 2. Quickly Hermia made haste to meet Lysander, her lover. Hermia. O Lysander, because of this cruel law being invoked against me by my father, I have to give you up and marry Demetrius if I want to live. What shall I do, oh my love, my life? How can I escape this cruel law and continue to live with you, the one I love? So Lysander क्या बोलता है इस बारे में, तो वो उसको बताती कि ऐसे ऐसे ये लॉ है और हम दोनों एक दूसरे से प्यार करते हैं, तो ये कैसे पॉसिबल है. Hermia, my beautiful love, do not distress yourself so much. See, I have an aunt living in this city which is some 10 miles distance from here. If we go to that city, we can get married over there instead of here. So in the dead of the night, when your father is fast asleep, you creep out of your house quietly and meet me in the woods outside this place, where we once meet your friend Helena in the morning in May, and together we will travel to my aunt's home and get married there. So you will be safe from your father and his cruel desire to have you put to death for disobeying him. So Hermia. Yes, I will certainly meet you in the lovely woods at midnight tonight, whispering to Lysander. Lysander and Hermia parted ways. Helena, passing that way, met Hermia. Hermia, Helena, Alexander, and I have decided to leave Athens, the city, with this cruel law and marry. So goodbye, my friend. कहती है अपनी दोस्त से कि मैं अलेक्जेंडर से शादी कर लूँगी और मैं ये एथेंस सिटी को छोड़ दूँगी हमेशा के लिए. Helena, who was jealous in her heart about Hermia, decided to betray her friend. Goodbye, dear. Take care. She went and told Demetrius about the plan, knowing well that Demetrius would chase after Hermia. Scene 3. It was a midsummer night. The woods where Alexander and Hermia planned to meet was the favorite place of those little creatures with wings called fairies. ठीक है, ये आधी रात का समय था गर्मियों का और उन दोनों ने हर्मिया और अलेक्जेंडर ने मिलने का प्लान किया था. ठीक है. So Oberon the king and Titania the queen of the fairies, along with their entire entourage, held their midnight dances and parties in these woods. The fairy king and queen were at loggerheads at this juncture. They could not meet in peace in the moonlight. No walk in the shade of the pleasant wood before a quarrel would ensue. And then the argument would become so heated till all the fairies in the wood would get into an uproar over the issue between their king and queen. The reason for this unhappy state of affairs was the result that Titania, the queen, refused to give Oberon, the king, a little changeling boy whose mother had been Titania's dear friend. Upon her death, the fairy queen stole the child from its nurse and brought him up in the woods. Now, that same eventful night that Alexander and Hermia planned to meet in the wood, Titania was walking along with some of her maids of honor when she suddenly came across Oberon, the king, who was attended by his train of fairy courtiers. Oberon, how unfortunate for me to meet you in the moonlight, O proud Titania quickly said. Titania, what is that you? Covetous Oberon, come fairies, let us skip away from here, as I have promised myself to have nothing to do with them. Oberon, nay, stay, O fairy queen, do not be so rash as to run away. Am I not your lord? Why does Titania make her Oberon angry? Come now, give me your little changeling boy to be my page, and we will forget the quarrel. Okay, so Titania, set your heart at rest, my lord, for you cannot buy this boy from me even at the cost of your whole fairy kingdom. Oberon, oh, go your way, a queen, for before the morning dawns I will punish you for this. Oberon then sent for his helper and chief favorite fairy nicknamed Puck. Actually, his real name was Robin Goodfellow. So he was both a clever and mischievous spirit, playing tricks in the neighboring villages, sometimes getting into the dairies and skimming the cream from the milk, sometimes hiding in the butter, so that the airy maid would work without any success to change her cream into butter. Neither were the young men able to escape Puck's tricks in the brewing vat, which he caused the ale to get spoiled. Even when a few numbers made for a sociable drink, Puck would jump into a tankard of ale in the likeness of a roasted crab apple, and just as some old woman was taking a sip, he would go against her lips and spill the ale over her withered chin, causing laughter among the onlookers. And the trick that he would play was to disguise himself as a three-legged stool just behind an old woman who was about to sit down and narrate a sad story to the neighbors. And just when she would bend to sit down, he would slip from under her and she would topple down in a funny way, causing the others to laugh so much that they would be holding their sides, laughing all the while, saying they really did spend a merry hour of laughter. Such were the mischievous antics played by Puck the elf. Oberon, come here, Puck, and fetch me the flower which girls call love and idleness. Now the potion drawn when you squeeze the juice of the little purple flower on the eyelids of someone who is asleep would make that person fall in love with whom other person sees on waking up. I will drop some of that juice on the eyelids of my Titania while asleep, and when she opens her eyes, she will fall in love with whatever she sees, even though it is a lion, or a bear, a meddling monkey, or a busy ant. This way I will make fun of the her till she agrees to give me the boy to be my page, and then only I will remove the charm from her side with another spell that I know. Puck, who loved mischiefs, was thrilled with this plan and ran off to look for the flower. While Oberon was waiting for him to return, he noticed Demetrius and Helena enter the woods. He overheard the unkind things that Demetrius was saying to Helena. Demetrius, stop following me and leave me alone. Helena, remember how you swore love to me first and how faithful you were to me. Why have you changed like this? You know that Hermia does not love you, but another, so let her go and return to me, for I love you truly. But Demetrius would not listen to her cries. He just left her and began walking away from her fast. Demetrius, I leave you, Helena, to the mercy of the wild beasts. This made Helena all the more to run after him to keep pace with his fast walk for fear of the wild animals. The fairy king, who in his heart loved true lovers, felt very sorry for Helena, so when returned with the little purple flower. Oberon, take a part of this flower and squeeze the love juice of the eyes of the man who is rejecting the love of a sweet Athenian lady, so that when she wakes up and she is near him, he will see her first and begin to love her. Promise to manage this matter skillfully. Quietly, Oberon slipped into Titania's boat whilst she was preparing to sleep. Titania, some of you fairies must steal cankers in the musk rosebuds, and some war with the bats of their leather wings to make my small elves coats, and some of you keep watch so that the noisy owl that hoots every night does not come near me. Now let me hear some soft music to put me to sleep. So the fairies got together and began to sing a lullaby. The queen fell asleep hearing the lovely melodious voice of her fairies singing this pretty lullaby. Quietly they all left her to get on with the important task she had assigned them. When all was silent and quiet, Oberon stealthily approached Titania and dropped some of the love juice on her eyelids, saying, Oberon, what thou seest when the thou dost wake? Do it for the true love's sake. Do it for thy true love's sake. Okay. So dear students, this chapter is in here. I hope you all are very well understand full chapter. So we will meet you the next class. Thank you everyone.